Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and I'm going to talk about how you could play along with a song called Choose Your Battles by Katy. And we're going to start off on a B minor chord, and we'll talk about some easy options. But if you know the bar B minor, you do your first finger across the entire second fret, second finger on the B string, third fret, third finger on the D string on the fourth fret, and the pinky on the G string on the fourth fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now another option, if you're just starting out, would be a B minor 7. When we play B minor 7, first finger goes to the A on the second fret, second finger on the G string, second fret, and third finger on the high E second fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And another option would be doing first finger on the A string second, second finger on the G string second, third finger on the B string third, and the pinky on the high E string third. And if you strum your A string to your high E string, that's another option for the B minor. And then from the B minor on our verses, we're going to be going to a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger stays on the A string second fret, second finger on the low E string on the third fret, and third finger on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you might also want to think about putting the third finger on the B string third fret, pinky on the high E string third fret. That's another way you could kind of make that G major. And then from the G, we're going to be going to an E minor chord. When we play E minor, first finger stays on the A string second fret, and second finger goes to the D string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you might also want to think about taking the third finger and adding in on the B string third fret, pinky on the high E string on the third fret. That sounds an E minor 7, so you want to think about that for your E minor change. And then from the E minor, we're going to be going to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D string second fret, and third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you strum your A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you also might want to think about something called C major 9, where you do the first finger on the D string second, second finger on the A string third, third finger on the B string third, and the pinky on the high E string third. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major 9. It sounds really, really happy. Now the weird part about the tune, though, is it's kind of in a 3/4, kind of 3 downs on each of the chords. So you could kind of work it just like that, kind of that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, B minor, G, 2, 3, G, E minor, C, B minor. So I'm just kind of doing 3 downs on each of the chords, kind of adding in some muting just to make that a little bit creepy. So I'm kind of taking the flat of my right hand and then kind of laying it down on top of the saddle. So you may want to kind of think about using that kind of through the song, or as a variation through the song. Now a lot of times if I've got a song in 3/4 though, I like using kind of a waltz strum pattern. And it's kind of a down, down, up, down, up. So if you took the B minor, you could even try that a lot just to get used to it. Down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, 3, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through the verse progression. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, B minor, G, down, 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 up, B minor, C, B minor, B minor, G, E minor, C. So I'm going to kind of play around with that. And then once we kind of repeat that twice for our verse, then we go to our pre-chorus. And our pre-chorus starts on the E minor, and we do another E minor, and then we go to B minor, and then we do another B minor, and then we go to C major, and then we go to an A minor chord. When we play A minor, first finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D string second fret, third finger on the G string second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you might also want to think about using something called A7 sus, where you do your first finger on the D string second fret, second finger on the G string second fret, third finger on the B string third fret, and the pinky on the high E string third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds an A7 sus. And then from that A minor, then we'll be going back to our B minor chord, and then kind of go into our D major at the end of the pre-chorus. Repeat that twice. So you could do that with just kind of those 3 downs on each one. E minor, B minor, C, A minor, B minor, D. Oh, and the way you play D major. First finger goes to the G string on the second fret, second finger on the high E second fret, and third finger on the B string on the third fret. So you just kind of strum the D string to the high E string. That's that D major for the very, very end. So you can kind of work that with just kind of those downs. E minor, B minor, C, try the down, down, up, down, up. And you have E minor, B minor, C, A minor, B minor, D. And then from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part. And our chorus starts on the C major chord. And then we do another C, and then we go to G. And then we go to a D major chord. And then we go to the E minor chord. So kind of through that part. So you could kind of work that with kind of the three downs: E, E minor, C, G, E, E minor, C, G, D, E minor, and then we kind of have a tag to an A minor and then a D at the end of that first chorus. Or you could try the down, down, up, down, up. I would have C, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, E minor. Kind of our verse progression. Now something else I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down up down, or the down down up down up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the B minor you'd have the A for the bass. On the G you'd have low E for the bass. On the E minor you'd have low E bass. Down up down up. On the C you'd have the A string for the bass. On the A minor you'd have the A string for the bass. On the D you'd have the D string for the bass. And on that B minor actually work the A string for the bass. Tried our intro progression with kind of bass down up down up. We have D minor, E minor, G, G, E minor, C, E minor, G, G, E minor, C. Or you might want to kind of take all those things that we're kind of talking about, the downs, kind of the down, down up, bass down up idea. Other licks around those chords too, that can always be kind of a cool thing to kind of add into. And then from there, then we'll be repeating that for our verse until we get to our next pre-chorus. So you may want to kind of take all those different ideas and kind of mix them up. E minor, C, A, B minor, D, E minor, into our outro chorus. So we kind of tried that, we could kind of mix that up with our basses. B, E minor, C, G, D, E minor. Or you could try that with kind of those three downs that we started with. Or just a down, down, and down. So it can be kind of a cool idea too to kind of take all those things and kind of try and mix them up. That's the basics of how you can strum along with Choose Your Battles by Katy Perry. So good luck.